Ju-on translates to resentment curse or grudge curse in Japanese. That's where the grudge comes from. The legend of Ju-on says that when a person dies carrying a grudge against someone, the place where they died retains the same anger and resentment. This is a curse that doesn't let you go. Anyone who comes into contact with it will either die or carry it with them for the rest of their lives. So if you die in a house, that house will carry your curse and spread to whoever enters. Which is exactly what happens in Ju-on. The movie begins with the backstory of Kayako Saeki, a devoted mother and wife who dedicated her entire life to her husband, Takeo, and their son, Toshio. But Kayako doesn't get that same devotion from her husband. One day, Takeo finds Kayako's diary, where she'd written some nice things about one of her son's teachers. When Takeo reads it, he thinks she's been cheating on him. So obviously, he murders her in a fit of blind rage, stabbing her repeatedly and crushing her neck. Then he also murders their son Toshio. That's when the curse is born. Kayako's pain, her hatred, her terror, all of it becomes the Ju-on, and Kayako's ghost gets her revenge by killing Takeo. Now the family's Tokyo home is cursed, and anyone who sets foot inside is next. Enter the Tokunaga family. Wife Kazumi, husband Katsuya, and Sachie, Kazumi's sick elderly mother. They move into this nice new house, completely unaware of the nightmare they've just walked into. One by one, the family falls victim to the curse. While the local welfare officer hadn't heard of Sachie or her family in quite a while, they sent Rika, a local social worker, to check on the old woman. To her horror, Rika walks in to find Sachie catatonic. Rika had unknowingly walked right into the Ju-on. Then she hears it, noises from another room. Wide-eyed and terrified, Rika rushes in to find what the noise is and sees something crawling down the staircase. Long hair, pale skin, that awful croaking sound. It's Kayako, transformed by the Ju-on into something out of a nightmare. It's so terrifying, Rika faints in terror. You know what's so funny? It's literally been like 20 years since I saw this movie, and I remember that exact scene. I actually remember where I was sitting the first time I saw that scene. In my dad's office. Really, really early in the morning, because like I had to watch it before they were up. You know what I mean? I would secretly download a bunch of horror movies and then watch them. And then sometimes they would literally come downstairs to screams. But she survives and is able to get away after her boss comes to get her. But the Ju-on curse is in full force. After what happened to Rika, the Tokyo police go into the house and find Katsuya, Kazumi, and Sachie all dead. With no signs of forced entry, no sign of a struggle, and no clear cause of death. Just their faces frozen in horror. Eventually, Rika returns to the house, determined to defeat the curse once and for all. But inside, she meets not just Kayako, but the source of it all. Takeo, the jealous husband who started the curse. You probably saw this one coming. Rika doesn't survive, because in Ju-on and with the original curse, nobody does. Once the curse finds you, it never lets go. This is like the OG Smile. You know what I mean? Like, it's got no survivors. You cannot survive the Smile demon. It will crawl into you and wear you and then make you do some crazy Ju-on's American remake, The Grudge, hits a lot of the same notes. It's about an American nursing student in Tokyo named Karen Davis, who plays the same role as Rika from the original. Things play out pretty much the same way, except in the end, Karen burns down the house. Or at least she tries. The movie ends with Kayako's ghost looming over Karen, proving that nobody can escape the curse. So pretty scary, right? But in the centuries-old Japanese folklore that these movies are based on, it's arguably even scarier. They're creepy, subtle, even shivers up your spine disturbing. Now, you might remember that we covered the story of Okiku in the Folklore episode, another famous Japanese ghost story, The Woman in the Well. This story is also a part of the Ju-on tradition, one of the several Japanese folktales that use the creepy trope. Check out our episode on The Ring for more details on this story, but I'll give you a little refresher. Okiku is a maid, and her boss has this bodyguard named Aoyama, who's madly in love with her. He tries over and over again to woo her, but she's not interested. However, instead of accepting rejection like a normal person, he decides to frame her and force her to accept his advances. So he hides one of the castle's 10 precious heirloom plates and accuses Okiku of stealing it, a crime punishable by death. Aoyama tells Okiku that he'll cover for her if she sleeps with him. But Okiku was still like, nope, I am not sleeping with you. They'll just have to kill me. So, unfortunately, they do. Aoyama orders his servants to tie her up, tortures her, and drowns her in the castle well. Okiku dies in a fit of rage, infecting the castle with the Ju-on curse. Once she dies, she haunts that well. Every night she counts 1 through 9 in a ghastly, spine-chilling voice, and then screams. And anyone who's unlucky enough to run into her dies a very painful death. So you can see why this story is a part of the inspiration behind the Ju-on movies. A tortured spirit lingering in the place where she died, taking revenge on anyone who gets in her way.
If you're brave enough, subscribe now. Just search for @CrimeHouse Studios on YouTube. And remember, reality is the real horror.